All right, well. Now, this video is strictly for those persons that want to know chemistry. If you don't want to know chemistry, out of here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're welcome to my channel once again. My name is Mosjaro, the critically acclaimed Mosjaro. Now, look at what we're going to be doing today. No big language at all. We want to break it down as we really do in our videos, in our classes. So please, if you know you are not eating, have a go chop. You want to break some certain things down. You know, some persons, like I said in my previous video, I said if you are preparing for the Utme or the SSCE examination called 2027, there are some certain things that you need to know when it comes to what chemistry. So one starts and now very fast, go call person. I know you'll be shouting whenever you're coming across this video. Once you see the video like this, share them. And of course, place a comment so that it gets to people that need it. Normally, you want need them. You're becoming very stingy and greedy. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are we going to be looking at today in chemistry? Quickly, without wasting much time, we're going to be looking at what? At chemical bonding. Now, I'm going to be sharing this video into sections. That means we might not be able, I don't like my videos to be too long. We may not be able to finish everything concerning chemical bonding in this video. So we will break them down. So that's why you have to subscribe. So that anytime I upload them, you will follow and sharp. So if you know that you are writing the 2027 VTME examination or the WAEC examination, please do well to send me a direct message. Say, I am writing the 2027 examination. I'll put you in a group where we have to have conversations, drop questions, and of course we allow you to solve and of course follow up. Now we are dropping a question from of course the effective compendium. Now, this is a killer guide that I always recommend to all students preparing for what? The UTME exam and of course the WAEC examination is available in chemistry and of course in what? In biology. So if you need a copy, send me a DM. Can be placed across to you straight up. Oh yeah, quickly, without wasting much time, we'll jump into the matter with the grant. Now, chemical bonding. First of all, I would like to break it down first. Chemical bonding. What is bonding? Why do elements bond? Now, chemical bonding is the force of attraction that exists between what? Between atoms. Now look at it now. Atoms or elements. So look at a case study. Maybe I have an element X and I have another element Y. Why is it that this X and this Y, they cannot stay alone? They can't stay alone because they are not stable. So X and Y have to combine together in order for them to attain what? Attain stability. Now look at it now. I've dropped at one point. Elements combine in order for them to become what? To become what? Stable. Now another thing that you must pay attention to again is that when elements do combine, the chemical properties change of the new substance that is formed. So let's assume that this one is having a particular property. This one is having a particular property. When they combine together to now form XY, what now happens is that a new substance is formed. So in chemical combination, a new substance is what? Is formed. But chemistry is so sweet. There are exceptions where a chemical bonding do not result in the formation of a new substance. For instance, they will ask me in the exam, which of the following bond do not bring about the formation of a what? Of a new substance. And that bond is said to be what? Is said to be metallic bond. Do not bring about the formation of a weighting now of a new what? A new substance. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's move on. Now we have tracked down what is chemical bonding, force of attraction between atoms or between elements. Why do elements combine together in order for them to what? Attain what? Stability. And during chemical bonding, new substances are what? Are formed. Now this is the right time we will all look at what will be the types. What are the types of chemical bonding? We are going to list them out. Number one, we have what we call the what? The electrovalent bond. It is the electrovalent bond. Now, this electrovalent bond is also known as what? As ionic weighting now, as ionic bond. Then we have number two, we have the what? The covalent bond. And number three, we have what? Metallic bond. Now, these are the major types of bond, but these are not the only types of bond. They will now go to the aspect of the intermolecular forces, that means the weak bond. Now, please, if you hear this word intermolecular force or intermolecular bond, intermolecular force or intermolecular bond, just know that these are types of bond that are considered to be what? To be weak forces. So in case you are writing WAEC examination, say list examples of intermolecular bond, or maybe you are writing JAM, let's say which of the following is an intermolecular bond or is not an intermolecular bond, you know what to say. Now look at it now. What are the weak forces? So number 4, we have what? We have hydrogen bond. I will not want this video to be too long, so it gets to a place, I'll cut it off, but please, we are not yet there. Now 5, we have what? We have van der Waals. Van der Waals is another word force. Then number 6, we have what? We have the dipole attraction. Now we have the what? The dipole attraction. Now these are the types of what? Of chemical what? Bond. Now look at what we're going to be doing in this video. We're going to be taking them one after the other without any rush at all. Look at what I'm trying to do. Trying to target the areas that you should know that in examination, that when it comes out, you're able to target it. Now let's take the very first one. Electrovalent bond. What should we know about electrovalent bond? So without wasting much time, let's check out electrovalent bond. Alpha, what must we check out when it comes to what? Electrovalent bond. Now make I get my duster, make I clean this one, come on. Now quickly, what are electrovalent bonds? How are they formed? Are they weak bonds? Of course, we have seen now that they are not weak bonds. Now we have listed how many weak bonds. Now we have listed hydrogen bond, we have listed van der Waals, we have listed dipole. So all those guys are weak. But there is one that is strong among those 3, which is hydrogen bond. But we'll not rush it. Calm down. We'll relax our mind. Take it step by step. Now look at it. The first one I want to consider here is what? Is electrovalent weighting now. Electrovalent bond, which is also known as what? As ionic bond. Now we are going to check out, we are going to see why is it called ionic bond. Now quickly, now electrovalent bond is a type of bond that is usually formed between what? Between metals and what? And non-metals. That is the first point that you must put at the back of your mind when it comes to what? Electrovalent bond. Number 2 points that you must put at the back of your mind, that electrovalent bond is formed when there's a what? A transfer of what? Of electrons. Usually from a what? From a metal to a what? To a non-metal. So these 2 points are very, very important. Now, another thing you must know again is that because there's a transfer of electron, you know that if I have sodium and I have sodium plus, you know this plus here, this positive charge here simply means that it has what? Lost electron. Then if I now have, for instance, now I have F fluorine and I now have fluorine ion, it means it has gained electron. So when I'm transferring, of course this one is transferring from here, it's losing. Of course, if we have a charge of positive, then this is coming to this one will have a charge of what? Of negative. Hope you are getting the picture now. So in this situation, ions are formed, and because ions are formed, there will be that force of attraction. Remember, positive, negative attraction together. So in electrovalent bonds, ions are what? Are formed. Now, these 3 points you must put at the back of your mind is very, very necessary. Number 1, it involves metals and non-metals. Number 2, it involves the transfer of electrons, usually from metals to non-metals. Number 3, ions are what? Ions are formed. Now, if you put these 3 things at the back of your mind, then we are good to go. But there's one more thing I need to say here, very, very important before I cut this video. Now, we're going to see other videos on chemical bonding, but I don't want to rush it. Just pay attention. Now, we said that it involves metals and non-metals. Please pay attention now. There is a compound. Now, let me give you a good example. Maybe we have sodium and we have what? Chlorine. It's a very simple example. And you know that sodium is 11, chlorine is what? Is 17. Now, if you do the configuration, remember the first shell takes 2 electrons. The other shell takes what? Takes 8 electrons. You see I'm so now that is 10, then is left with what? With 1. So 1 electron is in the outermost what? Outermost shell. Now looking at chlorine is 17. The first takes 2 electrons. The other one takes how many electrons? Of course 8 electrons. Now while the other one, outermost shell, now takes how many? 7 what? 7 electrons. This is 6, this is 7. Now if you look at it properly, you notice that this is not stable, it's not complete. It ought to be 8 that is outside, but it's having only 1, so it's unstable. Now this one is also not complete because it has 7 outside. It needs just 1 to make it what? Complete. So what happens here? Moku do this guy. Transfer. Electron is being transferred to what? To this guy. Of course, chlorine is a non-metal. Sodium is a what? It's a metal. So when this one transfers electron, that means it has lost an electron. So this automatically becomes what? An ion. Now this one gains electron. This one automatically becomes what? Becomes and iron also. So what's happening here is that what it will not be formation of what of sodium what chloride. So sodium chloride contains what electrovalent bond, and electrovalent bond are what ionic bond. Now I want to bring out a salient issue out. You know, some persons we get to skip the video, say, oh, I already know electrovalent bond, but you forget to know something here, that there are some situations where this does not play out. For instance, let me give you a good example, quick one. Now you see this guy called aluminum chloride. Yes, aluminum chloride here is a metal, chlorine is a non-metal, but the bond that exists between these two guys is not electrovalent bond. The bond that exists here is what is a covalent bond. Now, why? Because of what is regarded as what? As electron what? Electron negativity difference. Now, I'm going to give an hint concerning this guy. So in my next video, I'm going to expatiate more. But I want to tell you very quickly, why is aluminum chloride not a what? Not an electrovalent compound, but instead a covalent compound. That is to say, why is that aluminum chloride does not contain electrovalent bond, but contains covalent bond? Because of electron negativity what difference. Now the electron negativity threshold for what? For electrovalent bond formation is what? Is 1.77. but this the electron negativity difference between this guy is about 1.55. so it's not enough. That is one reason why. That is just one reason why covalent bond is found in aluminum chloride, though aluminum and chlorine, one is a metal, one is a what? Non-metal. So in chemistry, most times there are exceptions to some certain things. That's why you need to know the exception and know it very, 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 very well. So some persons will just think that because this is metal, this is non-metal, therefore it is what is electrovalent bond. No, 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 no. The bond existing here is a what? Is a covalent what? Bond. So I don't want the video to be too long at all. In my next series of video, I'm going to look at other bonds. I'm going to throw more light on why aluminum chloride is what does not contain what electrovalent what bond. Remember, my name is Mojaro. They are watching the video at the very first time. Do well to what subscribe. There are series of videos like this for those of us that are preparing for the upcoming examination. There's no much time. That's why you have to be very careful. So I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.